Minsan di ko matanggap eh. Nag-iisip ako sa Philippines versus Japanese rivalry sa boxing, you know? At bakit tila ngayon, lately, lagi tayong talo? Ano ba talaga ang problema ng Filipino boxing? At bakit parang, lalo na sa big stage, hindi tayo manalo-nalo, no? Pag-usapan natin yan at siguro may marirealize kayo dito sa sasabihin ko. Pero, huwag po kayo magagalit.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Samahan mo ako hanggang sa dulo, sigurado may mapupulot ka naman dito. Let me know kung agree ka sa akin, ano. Naisip ko during the prime of Manny Pacquiao, yung kapanahonan ni Manny Pacquiao, there was still a lot of Philippines versus Japan din. Hindi lang masyado napapansin kasi honestly na overshadow ng Philippines versus Mexican kasi si Manny Pacquiao lumalaban eh. 'Di ba? Manny Pacquiao versus Mexican. Yan ang nangyayari. But, you know, si Pacquiao kasi has been fighting in the US and yung popularity niya, nag-grab off yan sa mga Filipino boxers. Kaya sinasabi ko, nakatulong talaga si Manny Pacquiao para mabigyan din ng oportunidad ang mga Pilipino na makalaban sa Amerika. Unfortunately, sa Amerika, maraming mga Mexicans. Kaya naging Philippine versus Mexican ng mas sikat na rivalry noon. At hindi ko naman sinasabi na nananalo tayo lagi sa Mexican. Hindi ko nga alam yung ratio. Baka mas lamang pa rin yung Mexican. Pero it didn't matter eh. Kasi you know what matter? Basta panalo si Manny Pacquiao, it doesn't matter. Kasi pag nanalo si Manny Pacquiao, parang equivalent na yan sa 100 panalo, no? So parang naalala ko yung panahon ngayon. Those were the days. Ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Pero unfortunately, at real talk sa mga boxing fan na kagaya ko, kagaya mo, ikaw nanonood ka sa akin, tapos na yan eh. And also recently, yung mga Mexican fight hindi na masyado ganong karamihan. Although may parating tayong laban sa Mexico, Dave Apolinario versus Mexican fighter Ayala, world title yun pero ngayon, puro Japan ang mga nakakalaban po ng Pilipino and not just regular fight. Big fights po talaga yung mga nangyayari din sa Japan. And it's not just yung Japan ang tumitingin, buong mundo. Pero dahil nga sa mga pagkatalo natin, I feel a little bit inferior now sa Japan. Because the ratio is so bad. Yung kumbaga yung win-lose ratio natin sa Japan, parang napakahina ng dating natin. Masakit, no? Masakit pakinggan. At siguro, the reason why I'm doing this video sa inyo ngayon, kaya ginagawa to, kasi si Manny Pacquiao is in Japan. And he's gonna fight a Japanese. Alam ko hindi siya professional. And I understand where you're coming from. No, hindi naman professional yan, sir. Pero still, Manny Pacquiao, wala pang pumalit. At I don't think may papalit sa kanya. The best Filipino boxer, no? Of all time. The best boxer pa nga of the world, some of us would consider. Naalala ko nung panahon pag lumalaban siya, naiimbitahan natin mga kaibigan natin, nasa sinihan tayo, nasa bar, nasa bahay, sama-sama tayo, nalalasing, kumakain, at you know, who would forget those days? Kaya forgive me sa mga nanonood ngayon for indulging myself in the Manny Pacquiao fight kahit na exhibition fight lang against Rukiyaan po. Talagang gusto ko in-knockout niya yung kalaban na yan. Alam mo, exhibition ba? Sabi ng mga tao, sir naman. Alam mo naman, I'm just looking to make a statement kahit na exhibition. Gusto ko lang ipakita sa buong mundo na kaya din natin magpabaksak ng mga Hapon. Kahit na exhibition bout, kahit na ganito yan. And here's what I'm thinking, no? And my point is this. Kaya gusto kong maging highlight ang laban ni Manny Pacquiao sa Japan. Alam mo ba na may dalawang Pilipino na lalaban sa Japan on the same date? Dalawa po. Kilala nyo ba? Sige nga, comment nyo. Hindi ko muna sasabihin. Hindi. So, pause nyo muna. Pero anyway, sasabihin ko sa inyo, ang dalawa pong lalaban ay yung kaibigan po natin si Pete Apolinar. He's gonna be on the undercard of a Filipino world title fight, Shigeoka versus Pedro Taduran. Now, I know, no? I know na importante yung world title fight. But here's my question. Generally, no? Which of these boxing events is gonna be on the news? I think you already know the answer to that question. Manny is Manny Pacquiao. If he win the world champion, if he fight an exhibition bout, he's already established his name. So all I'm saying is that malaking laban yung kay Manny Pacquiao kahit exhibition kasi yung mga news agency and news all over the world will be creating a news out of this at ilalagay nila doon Manny Pacquiao, Filipino, ninakot ang Hapon, panalo sa Hapon. And that's already, gaya na sinabi ko, hindi man siya 100 times. Still, a lot of fans would see and watch. Probably, kunwari, may tao sa Europa na hindi nanonood ng Philippine versus Japan boxing, mababalitaan nila to. And they would say, oh, Pilipino pala, kaya talunin ng kahit sa exhibition. And I'm sure yung exhibition fight ni Manny Pacquiao, seryosohan yan. But, of course, go Pedro Taduran and sana this is potentially our second world title at most recently nga hindi tayo pinapalad sa ating mga big fight. But again, itong laban ni Manny Pacquiao is also, medyo nagsisway na tayo sa topic ng konti. But this could also be a signal or kumbaga parang ito yung magiging basyan kung babalik pa talaga sa pro si Manny Pacquiao. I'm saying I'm on the fence regarding Manny Pacquiao going back sa pro. I was one of the fan na sinasabi kahit di na kailangan. But I mean, I'm hearing rumors talaga na babalik siya at he could be fighting for the WBC title kay Mario Barrios. So I'm being a little bit selfish today because I really want to feel great as a boxing fan na nananalo tayo. I know inaasahan ko na naman si Manny Pacquiao. I know dapat asahan natin yung mga bagong boxers but hopefully remember, when I'm saying yung Japan may Naoya Inoue sila, may Junto Nakatani sila and every other boxers are getting inspired. So maybe I'm hoping is baka ma-inspired ang ibang mga boxers, baka mahawa ng pagkapanalo. No, gaya ko, I was inspired by Manny Pacquiao and that's why I started this journey sa vlogging. Kung nanonood ka pa hanggang ngayon, mag-comment ka kung ang dami kong Manny Pacquiao na video, 'di ba? Si Manny Pacquiao talaga ang dahilan kung bakit nabuo tong Powcast Sports. Yan ang katotohanan. So, my support to Manny Pacquiao will be all the way, and that's just my sentiment. But going back to the topic, again, it may not be a legitimate score for the Philippines versus Japan, itong panalo ni Manny Pacquiao, but still, if ever he wins, and I expect him to win, again, knockout mo naman, okay lang yan. Basta wag lang permanenteng ma-damage. We need this win as an emotional victory. Of course, we need the Pedro Taduran and and Pita Polinar win, but God knows that we really need to win the Manny Pacquiao fight emphatically. Talagang gusto natin makita yan. Baka kasi rin bumalik siya sa sa pagpopro. Sana ma-inspire yung mga boxers natin. But lastly, here's just what I wanted to say. I love Japan as a nation. I love their culture and obviously I love Japan boxing. And I wanted to say thank you to Japan. Yes, I want to defeat Japan in boxing, but I don't really hate, just to make sure that's clear. I love to go back to Japan. I could work in Japan. I really love it there. I think it's a great nation and a great boxing nation. But you know why? I still want to defeat them. Because Japan though, and the reason why I love them, Japan is still in Asia, and if Japan boxing is great, Asian boxing is great, and because they have the money, and it's also show as a symbol to the whole world that Asian boxing is great. So it should actually be a motivation for the Philippines as a boxing nation to be as good as Japan, and we should be grateful that Japan is inviting us over there. The Japanese promoters or boxers are inviting us to Japan every time, and we're getting an opportunity to earn a living. Not just, not just me talking about boxing. Hopefully, I get invited to by Japanese promoters, but the boxers earning a living. We all know that Japan pays well compared to others, no, and of course, obviously in the Philippines. So while I hate losing to Japan, I love that we are always getting that opportunity there. So moving forward, however, Filipino boxers should also start winning. I mean, Filipino boxers are back and forth in Japan, and right now Japan is Most of them are saying Japan has good training, Japan has good facilities, but we're going back and forth. I'm sure we're learning a thing or two, like what the other countries or maybe Japan has done during the time of Manny Pacquiao when they go here and visit. Because I know back in the days, Japanese boxers also visit the Philippines to learn and to spar against Filipino boxers. So, but like what I'm saying, and there's a Filipino saying, panahon ng pagkakataon. So it's weather. It's Japanese time right now, but hopefully the time of the Philippines will come again. You think it will come? You think maybe the next 5 to 10 years Filipino versus Japanese rivalry that will be winning that rivalry? What do you think?